So all of these body motions we talk about relate ultimately to something in the path and the face. So just let's talk for a minute about ranges of what you like to see the path and the face and how they relate to these motions.
Well, when you're in here working on the TrackMan, the one thing you're trying to achieve is you're trying to get as close to zero as possible and have the path and the face to path, those two numbers counterbalance each other to get to zero. And so a lot of times in golf, while you're working on your swings, you can go ahead and feel where, okay, I'm going to feel a +3 on the path and I'm going to feel a -3 on the face, or vice versa. And so that was actually one of the things that I learned quite young, is to try and get those two to counterbalance each other. So when you're in here working on the TrackMan, what you want to try and do is get a feel for the numbers, okay? Get a feel for where a negative path is and where a positive path is, and you can go to the extremes. So when you're swinging in here, just going, okay, well, I'm going to feel a really high extreme negative path. So you take the golf club and you work that path out to in, and then I've got a -5 on the path. Okay, then the next shot, I'm going to try and get a feel for where a positive path is. So that way that golf club is going to be working from the inside to inside out to get a positive path. And again, I like getting the feel of working these numbers to the extreme and then making them a little bit more subtle. So I'm trying to work my way down to zero. Zero in the path, and then working on the face, where you want the face to counterbalance what the path is. So if my path here, let's say my path is a -2, then I want to try and get the feel of where a +2 is on the face. So not too bad there. So -1.6, and then the face is a +1.5. So those two numbers are going to counterbalance each other, and I'm going to end up hitting the ball to 1 foot from the hole, where my putting is really good.
All right, so as you see students in here and work with people, and you see the posture, if they don't adhere to the posture and the wrist motions that we've talked about, what does that do to the path, and what does that mean for playability of their ball?
Well, you're gonna get extreme numbers. Okay, you're gonna get extreme path numbers being, up in the 10-degree area. So whether it's a -10 or a +10, and then to counterbalance those extreme path numbers, you have to have an extreme face number. And so what that's going to do is that's going to increase the spin axis. The one thing about this is you want to make sure that the spin axis is basically as close to zero as possible, whether it's on the positive or the negative side, and then that reduces the amount of curve. But again, when you get the path angles up in the 5 degrees to 10 degrees to 15 degrees, then all of a sudden that's going to maximize the spin axis of the ball, and then that's going to increase the curve of the ball.